guys, it's JaaackJack and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing my monthly makeup bag review. Every month, that's what happens when all of my thoughts just go together at once and then I don't know how to say anything at all. So at the beginning of this month, I shared what's in my makeup bag and I said that these are going to be the products that I use all month long, and then I will check in with you guys at the end of the month, which is today, and let you guys know what I thought of everything. And then in the beginning of each month, I'm actually going to be doing a live stream where together we can shop my makeup stash and pick out what products I'll use for that next month. So I'll be switching out my makeup bag every single month and I think this is going to be really fun. So yeah, this might be a long video, I'm warning you now. This is my Kate Spade lunchbox tote and I use it to keep all of my makeup and it just fits everything perfectly, even all of my brushes and the sponges that I use and all that kind of stuff. So let's just go through. Let's start with as if I'm doing my makeup. So let's start with the primer that I had, which is the Too Faced Hangover. Let me scoot to the side because I want to put the product up here for you guys. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. It says it's with coconut water, probiotic base ingredients, and skin revivers. So I've been using this for a while and I finished the whole thing. Today was like the last of what I could get out of this little container, so I have completely used this up and that makes me very happy because that is like one of the goals of me doing this monthly makeup bag, is that I can go through my products and actually finish them up and use them. So I'm so stoked that I finished this. My review on this, I gotta say, it's really nice and hydrating, but I think it actually tends to make my makeup look worse. I know, I can't believe I just said that. I love the way it feels on my skin and it does feel very hydrating, and I think this is meant for more like drier skin because it says replenishing face primer, but it just has lots of like hydrating ingredients in here to really nourish your skin. But I feel like when I do use this, it makes the foundation around my nose especially ugly. So next, after I have my primer on, I move into my foundation, which I have the Stila Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer in Hue 5. So this is a pretty cool packaging because if you pop off the top like that, you push this pump down and it reveals the foundation. And then if you flip the top right here, you get concealer, which I don't use this concealer. I don't really like it. It's very it reminds me, oh my gosh, this is so old. I remember when I first started doing makeup tutorials, I was using this all the time. I want to say like Neutrogena. Did Neutrogena have a concealer? Maybe I'm making that up. What brand was it? If I can find a YouTube video of me using the concealer I'm thinking of, I'm gonna put it in right now.
Okay, now for concealer, I am using Neutrogena's Neutrogena Mineral Shears Concealer.
It reminds me of that, but it just has a very like thin sheer coverage and consistency, so I just feel like it doesn't do a whole lot. But if you're into super light coverage, super natural makeup, I think this is the concealer you would like to use. But anyways, the foundation is what I've been using and what I'm going to be reviewing, and I actually really like this foundation. This is probably one of my favorites. I think the color matches my skin really nicely. I am terrible at matching myself for foundations. As long as I have been doing makeup and I even work with clients, I can never match myself perfectly, and I think this one is a pretty good match for me. I use the Juno & Co. Velvet Sponge to apply it, and I think it has a beautiful coverage, definitely buildable, so if you want something more like day-to-day natural, you can achieve that with this. But if you want like full-on glam cake face, you can definitely achieve that with this as well. So I love this foundation and I'll definitely continue using it. I mean, I've been using this for years, but I'll definitely continue using it because I think it's really good. And then for concealer, I have the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Light Beige. I do like this concealer. I think it does a great job brightening up my under eye area, and I think it has beautiful coverage and it's hydrating. It doesn't feel super dry or anything like that. So I don't really have any complaints with this concealer. I really like it. I almost want to go back and try the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. That used to be my absolute favorite, and I haven't used it in so long, so I almost kind of forgot what it was like. I'd love to compare the two side by side. My overall review, I don't have any complaints. I think this is a great concealer. If you have dry skin, this is an amazing concealer that you're gonna love. It doesn't feel drying, doesn't leave my under eyes like super ugly and creasy. I think it does a great job. And to blend it out, I use the same Juno & Co. Velvet Sponge. And what I like, the round part I like to use for foundation, and then this little like angled part of the sponge, it gets like right up under the eyes. It like fits perfectly around the edges of my nose. Like, it's just, I really like the shape of this and the velvet sponge texture. It does feel a little bit weird, but when you wet it and pick up the product, I think it applies very beautiful, and there's no like streaks or anything like that. So I think it's pretty good. The powder that I've been using this month has been the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder, which I love. I love Too Faced powders because I think they leave my skin just looking so perfect. Kind of on the powdery side, obviously, but it just looks so like a doll, like so perfect and matte. But I have to say, is it just me? This is translucent, but I feel like it makes my skin look a little bit darker when I apply this, which is weird because translucent powders shouldn't do that, right? Anyone else that has tried this powder, can you please let me know, is it just my powder or is this something you guys experience too? Because that is the only like bad thing I have to say about this, is that there's a slight tint it leaves to my skin, and I don't like that. I'm still gonna use it though. Like, it's a good powder, I'm still gonna use it, and like I've used it today, so you can see it's like, it's not terrible. It still like matches my skin, but it's just like a subtle thing that I notice. Okay, once I'm done with powder, then I move on to bronzer, and the bronzer that I have is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in Private Island. I really like this. I think it is nice and pigmented, and it's like the perfect color for my skin tone, the Private Island one, and it blends really nicely. And I think this is the type of bronzer, if you really wanted to sculpt your face with, you could definitely achieve that, because there's been moments where I like apply a little bit too much. But as you can see with my bronzer, this is as heavy as I go. Like, I don't go any heavier than this. This is actually pretty light, I think, but this is how I like to wear my bronzer. But with this product, I feel like you can definitely intensify it. And yeah, Fenty Beauty, I like it. For blush, I've been using this palette. This is a like old limited edition palette. I don't know if it's available. If it is, I'll leave it linked below, but I don't think it is. This is from Ulta Beauty in collaboration with Love Melissa Michelle here on YouTube. I love her and adore her. But this is the Bling on the Glam Cheek palette, and it looks like this. So it has two highlighters in here. I don't touch those. I don't use those because truthfully, I don't like them. But the two blushes here, that's what I've been using all month. Mahal right here, which is like the darker one, and then Maganda right here at the bottom. Those are Filipino terms. Mahal, I think, means love, and Maganda means beauty or something, or beautiful. I don't know. I don't speak Tagalog. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm Filipino, but I don't speak Tagalog. But I think that's what those two words mean. But I've been using Maganda the most, this lighter shade at the bottom. I think it's just perfect. I'm wearing it right now. It's that perfect flush of color that goes with literally any look that you do. You don't have to really think about what your makeup look, like what look you're going for when you use this blush, because it just automatically goes with everything. And I think especially with my skin tone, it just like, it's that perfect flush of color that you want in a blush, you know? Okay, next we have highlighter, which this is another bulky palette. I don't like the packaging of this. This is the Too Faced Cosmetics Turn Up the Light Complexion Enhancing Highlighting Palette in medium. So they came out with a few different shades. So there's 4 different palette shades to choose from, but I have been using medium, which looks like this. And I think Soft Focus is okay. I've used it a few times, but it's just so light that you almost don't really notice it. Sometimes I'll actually just use it under my eyes if I need to brighten up my under eye area throughout the day. Sometimes I'll do that, but other than that, I don't really touch this one. I think the Dazzle shade here on the side is really pretty, but it has some like little fine glitters to it, and that's not always the look I'm going for. Actually, no, 99.9% of the time that is not the look that I'm going for. So I've been using Glow. So just this one shade, that's what I'm saying, like this is like too bulky of a palette just for that one shade. Same with this, like too bulky of a palette just to be using that one shade. I think it's really pretty. I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you can see. I go really light on the highlighter nowadays because I just feel like too much and it makes my skin look really gross, but I like adding just enough where my skin looks bright and like healthy and fresh, but not like, I don't like a blinding highlighter anymore. Like I'm just not into that. So like, I don't know if you can even see it, but I do a nice subtle wash of that. Oh, I haven't been going through the brushes. I've been using the Pure Cosmetics. This is the blurring concealer brush, but I like using it for my highlighter because it's like the perfect little size to fit right here on the top of my cheekbones and my nose, the bridge of my nose. So I really like this brush with a highlighter. So again, I just don't like this packaging. It's too big.
That's what she said.
For the bronzer, I've been using this Collab blush brush, which I like because it's like kind of a smaller brush, so you have a little bit more precision, but I think next month I'd like an even smaller brush, or just maybe an angled brush. Maybe we'll do that next month because I feel like it did a good job adding like kind of this wash under my cheekbones, but I think I might want to try something a little more defined here. I don't know, maybe we'll do that next month. And then for blush, I have been using this stippling brush from NYX, which I actually really like. Typically these type of like duo fiber type brushes are meant for foundation, but I like using this for blush because it adds a very, very light wash of the color. Like it's not, I feel like if I were to use even though this is a blush brush, if I were to use this for my blush, it would just add too much. Oh, and I forgot to mention with the powder, so I would use the sponge to kind of bake under my eyes to really set that from creasing, and then I will use this flat top buffering foundation brush from IT Cosmetics to set the rest of my skin with the powder, with the Too Faced powder. So that's the brush that I will use to set my whole face, and I mean, I think it works, it's fine. And then I move on to my brows, and for that I've been using an oldie but goodie. This is the Mellow Cosmetics Tinted Brow Gel in light brown. I thought I had used this up, but there's like a little bit more, so that's why I'm like finishing it up. I feel like I have a few more uses out of this and then I'm gonna have to get rid of it, but I am definitely making my way through this product. And the brush I've been using for that is from Bare Minerals. This is the Brow Master brush. It's just an angle brush with a spoolie on the end. I'm not really picky. As long as it's a tiny little angle brush, I can get the job done with my brows. I never use brow gels like that. It's just, there's no actual precision in that, and I just can't stand that. So that's why I take the angled brush and go like that, and I get the perfect precision. What I love is the color of this, and I know you're like, it's just a brown, Jackie, but I'm very particular with the colors that I use on my brows. There's a little swatch of it on my hand, but I think that's so perfect for my brows because even though my hair is black, I would never use a black brow gel on my brows. That is just going to make my brows look so intense and so crazy. So that's why I like finding brow gels in this shade that are like this light neutral kind of brown, and I really like how it makes my brows look. So this is one of my favorites to use for my brows, and it has great staying power too. Like, it's just the best. So now let's talk about the two eyeshadow palettes that I had in my makeup bag for the month. I picked two because I wanted to give myself some variety. So let's start with this one from Fenty Beauty. This packaging is so like pretty and shiny, and it has this cool like watercolor like smoke clouds right there. It looks really cool. So this is the Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette from Fenty Beauty, and here are the colors in here, which I think are super pretty. So I've been mainly using like this shade right here, this deep brown shade, this kind of brownish golden shimmer shade in here, and even this lighter gold here at the top. And that's really all I've been using in this palette. But the reason I picked this and wanted to include it is because it had like these pink shades here that I thought maybe I might want to use for Valentine's Day. I did use this blue color I think once under my lower lash line, which is so pretty. Always a favorite to do a pop of blue on the lower lash line, but my makeup has been really neutral this whole month, so I've only been using the browns in here, and I've really only picked up this palette like maybe 2 or 3 times in the whole month. So this isn't a palette that I was grabbing a lot in the month, but I do like it. I think it's great. The colors are pigmented, they blend beautifully, and yeah, so I don't have anything bad to say about this palette. But the palette that I was grabbing more throughout the month was the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. I'm obsessed with these colors in here. So I've mainly been using like these lighter ones with just a little bit of these deeper browns on the outer corner. But like I mentioned, my makeup has just been very light and natural, like neutral this whole month. So something like I have today, which doesn't really look like much, right? I just have a little bit of a wash of color. I added a little bit of this shimmer on the inner corner and then a little bit of like this cocoa shade right here on the outer corner. Super quick and easy and natural looking, so that's been my favorite, and I really like this palette. I love how thin and slim it is. It doesn't feel as luxurious as like this Fenty Beauty one or the previous palettes from Too Faced that typically come in this tin can. So it doesn't feel as luxurious, but I kind of like this a little bit better just because it's more slim. You can fit it easily in your makeup bag without it taking up too much room. And it still has like this huge gorgeous mirror, and you can flip this completely back. And here are the eyeshadow brushes that I've been using. The Morphe E27 has been my favorite. This is the one that I use every single day for either a wash of color all over the lid or a very soft transition color in my crease. So highly recommend a big giant fluffy brush like this. This one is awesome. And then I've also been using the Morphe M433. This is like your standard blending brush. So this is perfect when I want to concentrate a little bit more color either on the outer corner or in my crease. So I've been using that a lot, and I do like this brush. I think this is like a staple. These two are like must-haves in your makeup collection. All the rest you can get away with using your finger, but having these two blending brushes will be a total game changer in your makeup routine. Then I also have a pencil brush, which I've been using under my lower lash line, but I mean, if you're really desperate, you can just use your finger and it's totally fine. But I think with a pencil brush you get a little bit more precision, and you can apply a little bit less if you want something more light and natural. And then I also have a flat shader brush. This one is from NYX. This is the number 14 brush. I haven't been using this a ton. I'll use it sometimes to place shimmer color on my lid, but to be honest, I actually think I get better results when I use my fingers. So this wasn't totally a necessary tool to have in my makeup. I almost had makeup box in my makeup bag. And then lastly, I have this shader brush, which is a dense shader brush, but it's a little more fluffy than the other one. And sometimes I'll use this for colors on my brow bone or for a wash on my lid. But yeah, this hasn't been a makeup brush or tool that I have been using a lot, so I think these last two are probably brushes that I can live without, to be honest. I have 3 different eyeliners that I kept in my makeup bag. The first one, I'm wearing it today, but it was only because I felt bad for it. Like, you know when you see like a product, you're like, oh, I really haven't been giving you a lot of love. Like, I feel bad for you. That's what this one was, and that's why I applied a little bit today. This is the Kylie Cosmetics eyeliner in Snow. I don't know why I thought I would be using a white eyeliner more frequently, but I really haven't, so I didn't need to put that in my makeup bag. What I have been using a lot was the Collab Bold Face Liner Waterproof Eyeliner Pencil in Drama Queen. So this is just a black kohl liner. And I thought this was really good, but then I realized it doesn't actually hold or stick to my waterline at all. So kind of bummed about that, to be honest. Like, when I apply it on my waterline, which is the only, like, that's the only time I use this, I'll apply it on my waterline. It's not actually going on my waterline. It's going on the skin underneath, and I'm like, you're still leaving like this gap on my waterline. So this was kind of disappointing. I thought I used to like it so much. I don't know what happened. I even tried lighting it with a lighter, like maybe it just needed to be warmed up. That still didn't do anything. Like, it wouldn't stick on my waterline. It's so weird. And then for liquid liner for the top lash line, I haven't been using it every day because I kind of like just doing mascara and that's it. But this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I really like this product a lot. I think it does such a great job of lining my eyes. It's very easy to use. The precision is beautiful. I think it compares very, very much to the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner, the waterproof liquid liner. I think those are very, very similar in as far as like the consistency and flexibility and stiffness of the little applicator. They remind me of each other. And then mascara, the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. This is my favorite mascara and I have not found another one yet. So this will probably stay in next month's makeup bag as well because is the only mascara that I like right now. I did put in here the Artistry Studio Bangkok Edition Mascara Base Primer, which I've used a couple times. This is from Amway, which is a network marketing business that my sister is a part of, and she gave this to me for Christmas. I like this, but I don't need it. I was gonna say I don't love it. Like, I think it's great and it's a nice addition to my lash routine, but I don't think I'll be adding that to my makeup bag next month because I just don't think it's totally necessary. Or am I just getting lazier with my makeup? I don't know. And then here are the 4 lip products that I kept. The Kylie lip liner in Rosy. Oh my goodness gracious, my favorite lip liner. Like, I'm obsessed with this. And it's so funny, it took doing this makeup bag for me to fall in love with this. But this is from Rosy. Is that one of the velvet liquid lipsticks from Kylie Cosmetics? I can't remember. You know, back in the day when I would go hard at purchasing every single Kylie lip kit known to man. Like, I was on top of buying every single lip kit because I really do enjoy Kylie lip products. So I think this came from the Velvet collection. I can't remember, but this color, this liner, beautiful. I've already loved the Kylie lip liners because I think they're very hydrating, which is key to using a liquid lipstick that tends to be more on the dry side, which you guys know has been a review and common thing said about the Kylie liquid lipsticks, that they're more on the drying side. That's why you pair it with this lip liner that is so hydrating on your lips that it just creates this nice balance and comfortable wear. But this lip liner on its own is beautiful. It's this, oh god, that's so stupid. The name is so fitting. I was gonna say it's this beautiful rosy color and it's called Rosy, but that name is just so perfect. That's really the only way to describe it. It's just that perfect rosy color. Look at that. And then to go on top of it, I have been, another product that I am just in love with this month. And I mean, it took doing this makeup bag for me to fall in love with it all over again. But this is from Dose of Colors. It's from the Desi X Katie collection. Unfortunately, this shade I don't think is available. They have some of their other products still available on the website, but this one is not, unfortunately. If I can find it, I'll leave it linked below. But this is More Creamer Please. And OMG, look at that beautiful nude lip. But paired together, I'm wearing it today, paired together, it's just a perfect rosy nude. There you go. It's a rosy nude and I love it. And then sometimes I'll actually add a little bit, I didn't do it today, but sometimes I'll add a little bit of the Kylie Matte Liquid Lipstick in Posy K. And I have just the little mini here, which I think is cute. But I like this color on top of the liquid lipstick. There's what it looks like right there on its own. On its own, I think that's just a little too, even though it's kind of similar to what I'm wearing, I think it's a little too intense on its own. So that's why when I do use this, I do a little dab of it on top of this lipstick, and I blend it in, and I think it looks beautiful. So I've been really liking that. But again, I like this on top of something and not on its own. But I have a gloss. This is also from Kylie Cosmetics. This is Cupid. This is from some Valentine's Day collection, but this is the lip gloss in Cupid. I have it on today. I think it is beautiful, this pretty neutral pink. Look at that. It's not too pinky, it's not too rosy. It almost has a little bit of coral in it, a pinky, peachy pink. Yeah, there you go. Peachy pink gloss with some very, very, very subtle shimmers in here, but I think it's so pretty. Smells like candy. But I apply that on top of the lip liner and lipstick, and it's just beautiful. So here's what it looks like. So all of those minus this, minus that shade, but all three of these mixed together looks like this. Perfect. I've been obsessed with that lip combination so much. I think the Dose of Color lipstick is so hydrating and comfortable to wear. Like, it's so funny, I didn't always used to love lipsticks. I was a liquid lipstick girl and that is it. But lately I've been so into lipsticks, and this is so comfortable to wear. I love it. I'm obsessed. And that was everything in my makeup bag for the month of February. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that hearing my review and thoughts on these products was helpful for you guys. If you were thinking about trying something or on the market to look for something new, maybe this video gave you guys some ideas. I'm excited to shop my makeup stash with you guys for March. I think, what is it? March is, there's St. Patrick's Day, so maybe we'll do something with like green tones as far as like eyeshadow and stuff like that goes. We'll see, but hopefully you guys join me for the live stream on Sunday morning. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a long one, but if you are okay with this, I'd like to make this a monthly thing I do with you guys. And if you guys want me to change or tweak anything, or you'd like to see me present this in a different way, let me know that as well, because I'm all ears. This is something new that I'm trying. And yeah, that's about it. I'm talking way too much and I'm getting sick of hearing myself talk. So I love you guys. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.